We've already talked about things I hate at trade shows. Let's talk about things I love. You walk in on the first day, everything is set up for you. At what point do you graduate to become that turnkey company, to turnkey exhibitor?
Turnkey show services are super underrated. I mean, look, it's when can you afford it? When is your time worth more than the 2-3 days that you're going to show up as a CMO and set up the booth, right? When the CEO, CMO, and the active people that are, it's a very small business mindset, entrepreneurial thing. Look, half the time you want to do it. It's your brand. It's a startup. You're excited about it. You also want to set an example to the staff. You're in there. You want to be in the grind and showing that, that you're going to do it. So, but at some point you've graduated, you're going to show up to this booth and it's beautiful. It's done. It's set up. If you're really pro, even the products are laid out. Imagine that, like the actual goods are laid out, although, we're going to re-merchandise it anyway. But yeah, it's all about budget and it's all about what's your time worth. When you fly in, as soon as you have a family or kids or 50 other things you got to do, you're going to come in as the, executive and, be there if you have your staff set it up or you have show service set up. I think what you're talking about is full show services sets it up, not even your staff, right? Correct. You're not even sending 2-3 people from your team and wasting the sales director's time or the director of, whatever commercialization's time or the brand manager's time. And it's just like, I think it costs on average, let's say, for a 20 by 20, because you're not gonna hire someone to set up a 10 by 10, right? Right. You're not even gonna do that for 10 by 20. It's when you get into the island and 20 by 20 bigger spaces, you're gonna only spend like $8,000 for the setup. So is $8,000 not worth, let's say, 3 members of your staff's time across 2 to 3 days? Right? What other business can they be drumming up or generating in that 2 to 3? They should be getting appointments. They should be networking at, whatever the local events are, whatever the show events are. Yep. They should be in the buzz, in the loop of sending out, make a new video. They should be there during setup, making a video of, hey, here's the new services, here's the new products that we're about to launch, and posting something on LinkedIn for the night before as the R&D team behind them is setting up, right? So you should just look at the dollars. There's economics involved, and whatever those metrics are, what is it going to take to set this up? It's going to take these 3 people, these 3 days. I got to book them hotels to get there as well. I got to get them travel per diem. I got to feed them. I got to get them flights to get in early and come out late because if they're setting up, they're going to tear down too, right? They're going to stay for the tear down at the end as well. So that's an additional day of a hotel as well, rather than showing up, doing business, and walking out with your, whatever samples you need to take home and letting the I&D folks come in and just tear it all down and ship it all back to wherever it's going.
Totally. You know what it reminds me of? Flying first class.
It's exactly like flying first class. It's exactly like pushing that boundary and setting a new bar for yourself, because you're always going to try to figure out how to get back to that level. Yep. Even if the company can't afford it or things are going bad, you're going to be like, guys, our time is worth this much. There's a luxury there. There's a new secret, level that's been unlocked, and whatever we have to do as a company or as a brand to achieve that again, you're going to push for it. So it's 100% like flying business class for the first time, where your expectations change and you're always going to fight to get back there.
Correct.